Chapter number 2, the Governor. Article 153 to Article 156 of the Part 5 of the Constitution deals with the state executive. State executive consists of the Governor, the Chief Minister, the Council of Ministers, and the Advocate General of the state. Governor is the chief executive of the state. 7th Amendment Act 1956 facilitated the appointment of the same person as a governor of two or more states. Next subheading, appointment. He is appointed by the president by warrant under his hand and seal. It is not an employment under central government, but it is an independent office. The appointment of governor is done on the Canadian model where the Governor General appoints him. Next, conditions to be a governor. He should not be from the state where he is appointed. The president must consult the chief minister of concerned state while appointing him. Conditions of governor's office. He shouldn't be a member of either house of parliament or state legislature. His emoluments as the governor of two or more states is shared between the respective states decided by the president. The oath. The oath of the governor is administered by the Chief Justice of concerned High Court of state. Next subheading, term of governor's office. The term of governor's office is 5 years. He or she can resign by addressing a resignation letter to the president. The governor can be removed by president any time. The Chief Justice of concerned High Court of the state may be appointed temporarily to discharge the function of governor. Next subheading, power and functions of governor. A governor possesses executive, legislative, financial, and judicial powers more or less analogous to the president. However, he has no diplomatic, military, or emergency powers like president. Next subheading, executive powers. All executive actions of the government of state are formally taken in his name. He appoints the chief ministers and other ministers. There shall be tribal welfare minister in state of Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, and Odisha appointed by him. Bihar has excluded from this provision by the 94th Amendment Act 2006. Next, he appoints Advocate General of a state and determines his remuneration. Next, appoints State Election Commissioner and determines the tenure and conditions of service. He can be removed by the procedure same as that of the judge of a high court. Next, appoints the chairman members of State Public Service Commission, however, can be removed only by the president and not by the governor. Next, recommend the imposition of constitutional emergency in a state to the president during the president rule in a state. The governor enjoys extensive powers as an agent of president. Next, act as chancellor of university in the state. Also, appoints the vice chancellor of universities of the state. Next subheading, legislative powers. Summons or prorogue the state legislature and dissolve the legislative assembly. Appoints a member of state legislative assembly to preside over its proceeding in the absence of speaker and deputy speaker. Similarly, in case of state legislative council. Next, Governor nominates one-sixth of the members of the state legislative council. Next, can nominate one member of the assembly from the Anglo-Indian community. Next, when bill is sent to governor, then he can give four following actions. He can give assent, he can withhold his assent, he can return the bill, not accept the money bill, for reconsideration. If it is sent again, has to give his assent. Number 4, he can reserve the bill for the consideration of President if it is of following nature. Number 1, ultra vires against the provisions of Constitution. Number 2, opposes the directive principles of state policies. Number 3, it is of grave national interest. Number 4, compulsory acquisition of property under Article 31A of the Constitution. He passes an ordinances when the state legislature is not in session under Article 213. So points, he must be approved, it must be approved by the state legislature within 6 weeks. Can also remove an ordinance anytime. Next subheading, financial powers. Money bill can be introduced in state legislature only with his prior recommendations. Can make advances out of the contingency fund. Next, constitutes a finance commission after every 5 years to review the financial situations of panchayats and municipalities. Next subheading, judicial powers. He can grant pardons, reprieves, respites, and remissions, remit, and commute the sentence of person convicted. He is consulted by the President for the appointment of the High Court judges of that state. He appoints postings and promotions of district judges in the consultation of the High Court. He appoints persons of the judicial services in consultation with the High Court and the State Public Service Commission. The governor enjoys only a suspensive veto in an ordinary bill. The bill kept for President sent back by President for reconsideration and sent again by the state legislature, then there is no bounding for the President to give assent. President cannot return a money bill for the reconsideration of state legislature. Next, only President has the authority to pardon a death sentence and not the governor. He does not hold any power in martial laws, military laws. 42nd Constitutional Amendment 1976, ministerial advice has been made binding on President, but no such provision for the governor. Next, the governor has constitutional discretion in following cases. Number 1, while exercising his function as the administrator of an adjoining union territory. Number 2, he appoints the CM when no party has a clear majority or when the chief minister dies suddenly. Next, the dismissal of the Council of Ministers when it cannot prove the competence. Important articles of the chapter. Article 161, power to grant pardons and others. Article 165, the Advocate General. Article 200, assent to the bill. Article 213, the power of the governor to pass the ordinances. Article 233, appointment of district judges. So this was the chapter number 2, the Vice President. Thank you.